Hi guys, I just wanted to pop on and do a very quick video about how I actually present my work when I've done some work for clients. Here's one I've done earlier, but I thought while I was doing this one, I might as well show you guys how I actually put everything together and make it a little bit more professional and neat and tidy. So this is a portrait commission that I've recently completed. These two are both going to the same home, and I wanted them to be nice and professional on the back. Now when you're painting, you do get quite messy and you'll end up with the back of the canvas board in this case looking quite rough and messy, and I want the back to look as presentable as the front. So what I've done, I've actually got some of this brown craft paper. I've cut it to size. I'm working on a nice soft area as well, make sure everything's nice and dust free. And the painting's been varnished and it's all completely dry now and it's ready for packaging. So I'm going to turn that over. Now I've cut this so that it is just a little bit shorter than the actual canvas, and you'll see why in a moment. So you want it to just have a few millimeters around the side, so it's a little bit shorter. So what I'm going to do is use a little bit of scotch, like the prick stick, the glue sticks, and put some of this all across the back. This is just to help keep everything in place. We're actually going to be using some tape to fasten it down, and then you want to seal that down. So again, it's just a few millimeters away from the edge of the canvas. So once I've done that, I'm going to take some of the brown packaging tape and we want to seal it down all around the edges. Now this time I want to take this right up to the top edge. And I always like to make sure I've got plenty either side. So that's looking so much neater. And then I'll take a craft knife and I'll just take off the excess. I am being very careful. Now I only do this when I'm working on boards. I don't do it with the stretch canvases. Just make sure everything's nicely sealed down. And of course this will be going in a frame, but it does look nice to be able to present your work just a little bit neater. So now what I want to do is actually add all my certificates. Make sure your painting is the right way up. Now I've got, they actually get a signed certificate as well, and a printed certificate with their artwork with a load of other documents and things inside here. But I also like to put something on the back. So I have these certificates on a roll, which actually are a copy really of the ones that go inside. They're very similar, similar colour scheme and everything to go with the ones that are inside. And I like to write on them first before sticking them down, just in case you make any spelling mistakes. I've done that before now. I'll sign that. Add the year that I created it and the medium. I want to put that in the centre, and again make sure that that's nicely fastened down. The next thing I like to do is put an official stamp on everything. So I've got some archival ink and I've had a stamp made with my Marion Dutton Fine Art logo. And so there we have how it looks on the back. It's really nice to present this to your client when everything's looking all very, very nice. The next thing I want to do is actually wrap this and add my thank you stickers. And I like to use this double-edged cellophane wrap. It's actually in two, it's folded. You buy it like this, but it's actually folded in two parts, and I really like this. Put the painting in the middle. This is going to ensure that it's completely protected until the client is able to get these to a framer. I'll turn that over and do all the fastening on the back. Again, always just squeezing it in so it's nice and tight and that they can see the image and the painting through the wrapping. So I do try to keep everything nice and tight. It's a little fiddly. Now on the back, I like to put one of these little thank you stickers in the corner. And then on the front, I like to actually put one of my own logos with the Marion Dutton Fine Art. And that's how I will then, of course, package that up. Well, that's how they look when these are actually going to be hand delivered, but this is how it will look when I present those to the client. And of course they'll get their paperwork alongside of it. And inside here I include the certificates. Again, I have an official stamp on here, so they get the stamps included onto these certificates of originality. I include a little information about caring for the painting. I like to include some price lists so they can hand them out to friends and family, so for other commissions, and I've had these made. Again, all nicely branded and matching, but that actually lists all my prices. And a little thank you note in here to the client, and a few little business cards as well, all with my details on. So that's what I include in the little folders that come with everything, and that will be how I present everything to the client. So I hope you found this really interesting and helpful. I do think it's important to present your work in the best possible way, and I think tidying up the back of your paintings, it's worth the extra effort to go that little bit further and present something really attractive to your client. So I hope you found this tutorial enjoyable. Let me know if you've got any questions.